Hey guys, what's up? It's Ryan. Today we're going to be talking about kitchens. I'm going to be talking about a lot of themes that I've noticed across the kitchens that I've worked at and reflecting on some conversations that I've had with chefs in the industry. A lot of the things I'm going to be talking today about will not just be about the kitchens that I've worked in, but will be common themes across lots of different restaurants. The idea of this video is to give you a sense of what restaurants are like, what it's like working in one if you've never worked in one, or maybe you're thinking about working in a restaurant, just so you can prepare yourself for what kind of environment you're heading into. Available time is something that really gets cut down a lot when you're working in a restaurant. Generally, when you work in kitchens, you're doing long hours. 10-hour days is quite common. I definitely have had some friends who do consistently 13-hour days plus. Myself, I've even done 14-hour days. You're working holidays, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. You're gonna not have time for that family that you would normally get with a staple regular job. The more hours you work, the more money you should be getting paid. However, there's something in the restaurant industry called day rate. It can be kind of frustrating because you can put in an 8-hour day or you can put in a 12-hour day and you get paid the same regardless. Because time in your own personal life is so limited with working in a kitchen, you're usually from noon until 11 p.m. or whatever the schedule is. It cuts out a lot of your day, especially these evening shifts. So then you don't get that time to socialize with your friends that you normally would get to. And that's kind of where substance abuse slips into focus. Restaurants have a quite high reputation for cocaine or marijuana or alcohol or even just simple substances like stimulants like coffee or whatever drug essentially will take a little bit of that edge off from the stress. The restaurant industry is not the only industry that has this issue, but this is just something that I've noticed that is quite common throughout the whole of the industry. It's quite disappointing to see that something that can be promoting something so beautiful like food and culture can be twisted into substance abuse, and it's kind of sad. When you're just getting into a kitchen, a couple things to keep in mind is to really keep your mouth shut and work hard. You don't really want to get caught up in conversation at work. You really want to focus on working hard and proving your self-worth and proving that you deserve respect, which is another thing in the restaurant industry that's a little bit different than other industries, is that you have to take that self-initiative, step up, do the job, and then maybe you'll get a pay raise for it. Because a working environment in the kitchen is all about time, it's all about efficiency, it's all about getting everything in the day that you need done as fast as you can, as efficiently as possible. So a lot of restaurants don't give breaks. You get a staff meal halfway through your shift, so you don't need to pack a lunch, which is great. I love that, because I hate packing lunches. But it's really great to be able to have that staff meal, everybody eat, talk about it. It really builds community, which is really nice. And then usually there will be a cigarette break after that, but that will be your only break of the day for a lot of different kitchens. Can be quite frustrating, especially if you're someone who doesn't want to smoke or doesn't romanticize the nicotine addiction that a lot of people have. When you're thinking about going into the restaurant industry, understand that smoking will definitely become a threat or a hazard to your own self-care. A lot of restaurants have a lot of outcasts, a lot of people who like to rebel and push against authority, and that can lead to a lot of issues. Even myself, I'm guilty of it. A lot of people like to take the piss or goof off, and it can really stem from a sense of needing to have that immaturity. It's an industry that requires a lot of self-discipline, and it's something that you have to really focus on in the beginning, is taking control of yourself, control of your emotions, learning how to say yes chef, learning how to not talk back, just work hard, keep your head down. And if you don't have that starting off, it's going to be really hard for you to progress after a while. It can also be quite frustrating when in the restaurant industry you take priority of taking care of your own health, and a lot of times people won't believe you when you take a sick day. They don't believe you because a lot of people have called in sick when they shouldn't have. That's just another common trend. It's really not a simple solution that we can change overnight, but I'm just hoping to bring awareness to these issues. And despite all the talks about substance abuse or mental health issues, or maybe not being able to work on specific aspects of yourself in your off time, like your hobbies and interests. The restaurant industry is something that is really incredible because it does welcome the skids, the outcasts, the rejects. And that's not an industry that is localized to one area. This is widespread across the world, and it's a really beautiful thing that we get to embrace the cultures of all these different communities. And the great thing is that the restaurants provide a constant place to learn, especially like if you get right out of high school, maybe you didn't even graduate, you can still get a job in a kitchen. You have equal standing ground. And I think that's something quite unique for the restaurant industry, and something that I really do love is because they don't take people on your academic score, they take people on your willingness to listen, to learn, and to grow and better yourself. I'm not trying to romanticize these issues, I'm not trying to criticize these issues, I'm just trying to bring them to awareness and to have an open conversation with the people in the industry and the people entering the industry and say, okay, how can we change this moving forward? Let's give opportunity for people to take care of their own well-being and just really push on to be a better person, and really focus on your mental and physical health and making that come first. It's something that hasn't really been around in the restaurant industry, is really taking care of yourself over the restaurant. That can create joy in so many lives. And to the people that are thinking of joining us, take care of yourselves out there. Just make sure that you have the right reasons for entering this industry. If it's just for a paycheck, that's fine. Just know that it can be hard to leave this industry. And if you're just wanting to pursue your passion, it doesn't necessarily get easier, but I can say that it definitely gets better. Your passion will grow over time, and you're just gonna really dive into it a lot more. Thanks guys for watching. It's been a pleasure talking about the restaurant industry and trying to use my voice for positive change. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are about the restaurant industry. Yeah, thanks for watching. All right.